Hi everyone. So today I'm going to go through how to complete the updated VISTA attendance certification. So just a reminder, the certification is due every other Monday, and it's what we use as our organization to approve your VISTA members' timesheets, since they're on our payroll system and you as a supervisor are not. And so this is a really crucial component to, making sure that members are receiving their living allowance on time, and that we're also tracking the information that we need to track for AmeriCorps Vista. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so this is what the attendance certification looks like. It's an online form. It's really important that a staff member is the one that's completing this. So your VISTA member or like a volunteer, someone who is not a staff member at your organization, should not be submitting it. But first and foremost, your VISTA member should not be submitting this. So the information is still relatively the same from last time. The format's just a little bit updated, so I'm just going to kind of walk through so everyone knows. So the first part, you're going to put your name, so first and last name, provide your email. The email part is important because once you click submit, then it will automatically send you an email with a completed report of what you just submitted. So make sure that that is correct. There is a section here, so if you're unable to submit for whatever reason, like you're out of the office, you're on vacation, something like that, another staff member at your organization can complete this, and so they would just click yes after providing their name and their email, and then this is where it would prompt them to provide your name and your email because you are the site supervisor and the regular contact. So it's just another way for, so you don't have to worry about it if you're out of office for some reason. Then you're going to select your program, so keep it at Vista. You can select your organization. A helpful tip for everyone is that since it's kind of a long list because of all of our sites, you can actually just start typing in once you've selected the box. So it'll just come up and you can just move on. Same thing with your Vista. Definitely make sure you're selecting the correct Vista member. Sometimes we have to ask people to submit things again because they've selected either the wrong organization or the wrong Vista member. So just know we will have to ask you to resubmit if those are incorrect because we have to have accurate records for the grant. The next section is attendance. So this is where it gets a little different for the update. So again, make sure you're selecting the correct pay period. I understand the pay period may not reflect your local pay period with your organization, but this is the pay period that our program runs on. So just really make sure that you're paying attention to those dates because again, if submitted incorrectly, we'll have to ask you to resubmit with the correct information. So you select the pay period that you're reporting for. And then you're going to indicate if the Vista member has been an active participant in the program, which means that they are in the Vista program. The only reason that you would say no here is if your Vista member just started their term of service, because most likely they will not have started on the first day of the pay period, or if they're ending their term of service, because most likely they will not end on the last day, they'll end before. So in those cases, you would select no, you would select the dates or type in the dates that they were actively serving. So when they started through the end of the pay period or the beginning of the pay period through their last day of service. I'll send out special instructions though if that situation applies to you, so just keep a heads up for that. And then you'd also provide a reason, which would just be, there's an example here, that your member's term service ended on the specific date or it started on the specific date. But generally, you're just going to go through and click yes. Then you're going to indicate if your member has used any personal leave or medical leave, or if they teleserved. So I'm going to break this down just a little bit for you. So personal leave is like those vacation days. Members per Vista policy receive 10 vacation days a year. So if they did use it during the pay period, you would select yes, which will prompt this leave section to come up as you just kind of noticed. Otherwise, it's just kind of there. So you would select yes. And then we'll ask you how much personal leave did they use. So you can put, 4. If you're counting in hours or days, then it's really important you indicate that here, because 4 hours versus 4 days is very different, and we just want to make sure we have as accurate of information as possible so that the members can utilize their full benefit. We do need to know the specific dates, or if you're breaking it down by hours, the date and time for which your VISTA member was not serving and which they were using, right, their leave. So you would indicate that here. And the other crucial component is that you have to provide documentation. So this is just, it can look at a lot of different ways, but this is how we are tracking, that it has been approved. So this could be, whatever your organization's policy is around tracking member leave. So some organizations ask their VISTAs to keep like a timesheet where they document not only like the hours that they're serving, like actually at the site, but that they are, then absent, or they just have like a form that shows like when they are absent for the pay period or for the month or however you're tracking that. So really whatever your organization's policy is, that's what we defer to. If you aren't quite sure what that means, you can let me know. But sometimes supervisors have also just done like providing a PDF of an email exchange that outlines the dates. So this is really important. This is required. So if you need to do that, do that. So that's an example for the personal leave. We ask, of course, the same question back again under the attendance section. For medical leave, so you just click yes. If they use both, it will prompt you, and if they didn't use either, then it won't ask you for that information. But the same process for medical leave. So medical leave being sick time, or if they took like a personal health day or something like that. However you're working with your VISTA on that is fine. So you would just again submit that information. And then teleservice. So teleservice strictly refers to if your VISTA member is working from home. So if they did work from home during the pay period, you would click yes, which will automatically bring up this teleservice section. You're going to have to indicate how many days your member served remotely. The policy, as it kind of notes here in this little helpful text, is that VISTA members are only allowed to serve a maximum of 2 days in a pay period, so every 14 days. So just know your VISTA member cannot go over 2 days. If they have, then that would be breaking the policy, and we don't want to see that, because then most likely they would have to like have used that day as like a personal day or a medical day or whatever. So just make sure that your member is not serving any more than 2 days in a pay period. That's very important. So then you'll just indicate 1 day, 2 days, whatever, and then the actual date that your VISTA member teleserved. So again, teleservice is working from home. They have to have a approved form from us, or from really the Corporation for National Community Service, and this is only allowable after 3 months of service. So if your VISTA member hasn't been in service for 3 months, we wouldn't have even been able to submit their official request. But just know it's very important, because teleservice means that they're working from home, but if something were to happen to them while they were working from home, if they don't have the approved request or the approved form, then if they like fell and hurt themselves, they wouldn't be able to file for workers' compensation through the VISTA program. So it's really important that we're making sure all of these things are taken care of. So after submitting all of that information, then you will just click the certify button, and then this last section, so the certification really is just like kind of your electronic signature that you as a supervisor or the staff member submitting the information verifies it's correct. And then if you do have some questions or comments that you want to help keep track for yourself or for us, you can put that in there. We do recommend that if you have a specific question, that you don't place it in this comment box, that you actually just email myself or Jacqueline. That way, it's brought to us more directly. We're not always looking for questions in this comment section, so I just wanted to note that. And then you submit the form. So there you go. Hopefully it's not too terribly confusing, but if you do have questions, just let us know. We're happy to help, and thank you so much.